Let's go to game two, Colorado at Pittsburgh. Game time starts at 7 o'clock Eastern time. And this is one of those big boy matchups on the schedule. Colorado tries to overcome Florida, I guess, for the President's Trophy. I don't know if that's a big deal to them. Sometimes it's something that you don't want to win because usually President's Trophy winners don't do well in the postseason. But nonetheless, that's their competition at this point. The Penguins also obviously are trying to catch the Rangers for second in the Metro. We'll get to that a little bit into this because that does play a part in who we're going to play tonight. Let's take a look at the number. Pittsburgh minus $1.20, 6 over minus 15. We've seen some Colorado money come in so far, which is why this number has been pushed down from minus $1.25 to $1.20. There's no movement on the totals. Listed goaltenders, Darcy Kemper against Tristan Jarry, which was the same when these two teams played a short time ago. And Pittsburgh is starting a stretch of games now that they're going to play 7 games in 12 days. Well, what does that mean? That means I think that you're going to see that bench shorten up a little bit. I think you're not going to get your top 6 guys in that 20-minute range. I think they're going to be more in that 17 to 20 range rather than, that top line that definitely always is 20 plus. I don't think you're going to see that as much. With those kind of games and that amount of days, you want to shorten your bench up a little bit. I even expect, and when we get down to that third line and the fourth line with the Teddy Bluger line and the Brian Coyle line, I think they're going to be in the 13 to 15 range. So you're going to have guys on the ice a little bit longer that normally wouldn't be there, that don't normally contribute offensively, just so they don't exhaust their whole, all 4 lines with a big stretch of games coming up. They have a game against the Rangers looming where Pittsburgh has to make sure that they're at full strength. That's their next game after this one. And that has this Ranger team is a team that has had Pittsburgh's number of late. So Pittsburgh, I expect them to be focused on Colorado because it's a revenge factor game. But I also feel as if their focus is more on their upcoming schedule. They have a home date against the Capitals also this weekend. So with the Rangers and Capitals coming up, I expect that bench to be shortened up. These two, as we mentioned, played just 3 days ago with Colorado getting a 3-2 win. Numbers shaded a little bit to the over in tonight's game because I think that if you watch the pace of that game, even though it was only 3-2, if you watch the pace of that game, you would know that it was quick. There was almost 80 shots on net between the two teams. I think the bookmakers are kind of counting on that tonight, which is why they're shading that to the over. I think we're going to see a different type of game tonight, though. I think both teams are going to tighten it down defensively. And, of course, you still have 2 world-class goaltenders, at least this year, that have been world-class goaltenders that have proved that even with 80 shots on net or about 80 shots on net, they can still produce an under. So that's telling me if we have less opportunity tonight, these 2 goaltenders can still produce another under. In the Avalanche's last 16 games, the under is 12-2-2 against teams with a winning record, which Pittsburgh certainly qualifies as that. They're going to and what's significant about that number is that means that they tightened up against the better teams in the league, which I think we're going to see tonight. We're going to go right back in the same direction as we saw the other night. So for tonight's official selection, we're going to go under the total. You're going to see that a little bit slower pace, which would continue, which is going to continue with the Penguins' trend as they play Western teams. That's also been a huge trend to kind of ride a little bit because when Pittsburgh goes and plays Western teams, they treat the game a little bit different, knowing they have more important Eastern Conference games coming up. So we're going to go under the total. Again, we're getting a terrific number, minus $1.05 in this one, even though 6 is right about where I thought it might be, but I'll take a chance at minus $1.05.